The problem of the future of the European Union is not so much linked to the Brexit negotiation. The problem of the future of the European Union is linked to the courage and the willingness of the European leaders for the moment to go forward, like I describe in this book, with the unity and the integration of the European Union, creating a defense community, creating an economic governance for the single currency, creating an external border and coast guard. So the future of the European Union is depending on that, and not so much, I think, on
Mr. Verhofstadt, you've been writing books, with all due respect, about the need for a federal Europe for an awful long time. You wrote The United States of Europe in 2006.
As Prime Minister.
You wrote another book in 2009 called How Europe can save the world emerging from crisis. You have written these books which now look like museum pieces.
No,
Europe's moved on.
Sorry.
Europe's politicians are no longer talking about union and federation.
No, it is the opposite what is happening. You are laughing a little bit with my books, but at the same time, I was the one who said we need a banking union before we can overcome the financial crisis. In the meanwhile, you agree that the banking union is now in place. I was also one of the European leaders.
Can save the world was your title in 2009. Frankly, Europe has done nothing to save the world in the last 7 years.
Because we didn't have the institutions on the European level that was necessary. I already explained to you, we are still a loose confederation of nation states based on the unanimity rule in which we act always too little too late. And the financial crisis, I have described it in the book, is a typical example of that. And I said we need a banking union. Today we have a banking union. I can tell you, they have laughed at me as Prime Minister when I proposed a number of initiative on the defense union. Today, these initiatives, European headquarters, for example, are on the table.
When you talk like this, Mr. Verhofstadt, you play into the hands of people like Nigel FARAGE, one of the most important leaders of the Leave campaign in the UK, when he says you are a dangerous fanatic, and he says you have long been anti-British to the core.
That's a completely nonsense. You know, I'm racing with an old car. It's a 1954 right-hand drive Aston Martin. How can you be more British than that?
Well, I tell you, I look at your own words and I wonder about your attitude to Britain. You said in 2016, according to Politico, the website, quote, politically the UK is already on its way to becoming an adversary rather than a trusted partner of the EU. Is that how you see the UK today?
Certainly, that is what Mr. Farage is exactly standing for.
No, but
when I'm attacking him, I'm attacking not Britain. I'm attacking somebody who wants to destroy the European Union.
The UK is on its way to becoming an adversary. Is that the way you feel about the UK today?
No, absolutely not. What I'm feeling about is that we can find a fair partnership, but people like Mr. Farage, who are at the heart of the Brexit campaign and who are really to destroy the European Union, that's our problem. That's the thing what they're going to fight
but the thing is, it's not really just about Britain, is it? When you said of the Brexit campaign, you described it as the latest high mass of tribalism in Europe.
Yeah.
It isn't just actually in Britain where people are expressing great scepticism about the European Union, great scepticism about immigration and its effect upon Europe.
Yep.
You could look at Le Pen in France,
look at
Wilders in the Netherlands, look at Poland, look at Hungary, look at so many nations across the European Union.
I don't deny this. I'm fighting against these people. I don't deny that Le Pen exists. I don't deny that Wilders exists. But I can tell you one thing. The public opinion on the continent, in our countries, in the European Union, is not against Europe. They are against this European Union. That's exactly why I'm saying to you, this book is maybe more Eurosceptic than all other books that have been published. Because I think that this European Union will not survive. What you need to do to convince also people that are voting today for Wilders of Le Pen, that's offering a vision of the future, showing them that unity of Europe can tackle the financial crisis, the economic fallout of it, the migration flows, the refugees coming to Europe, the insecurity externally. That is what I'm saying. You've been peddling
the federalist dream for 10 years. At what point are you going to realize it is a dream and not reality?
Exactly. The banking union today is a reality because we have pushed for it. I think also tomorrow European Defence Union will be a reality because the world is changing and we cannot count longer on Mr. Trump. So it will arrive. I see, for example, what's happening in France, French presidency. Macron, you're following it? What he is saying about Europe? It's a Frenchman who is saying, well, sovereignty, we don't find sovereignty anymore on a national level, we need it on the European level. Let's say a Frenchman who is saying that, that's somebody you have to invite in Hard Talk, the fastest as possible, I should say.
And we'll get you back to discuss the state of Brexit in a few months or years' time. But for now, we have to end right there. Guy Verhofstadt, thank you.